in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. But tonight we start Week 14 of the NFL season with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys took full advantage, he said, of the late season bye. They are rested, ready for the stretch run to close out the regular season. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it, and sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
On the Jets sweep, here's Chase. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they'll run on 1st down with Hubbard. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd down and 6 now. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Malik Hooker, there in coverage.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Browns now for their first drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as a quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's coming a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that, because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Hill. He'll get this to about the 38. The Browns at 4-8 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6.
Give up the middle, Judkins. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Judkins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. He's going to use his legs here. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and dropped shy of the 45. Here's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals 1st down as he'll get this down to the 41. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Burrow will throw. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. The gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. These two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact, and it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. Able to slither by, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Evan McPherson for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that they spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Hall on a give up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Hall again on second down. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. From the gun on third down, Shelton. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
And the Browns' first down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
Reed Blankenship delivering the hit. Now a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Jenkins. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try and run here with Jenkins. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. On first down, here's Jenkins. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it now with Gray. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Shelton. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh, heck, kick it. Field goal time.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On the counter, this is Hubbard. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. On the ground, it's Hubbard.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Chuba Hubbard, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out.
They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. 1 yard and now no yards have them looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
Gets past one man. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
The Bengals offense and Chuba Hubbard set to take over once more.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. 3rd down and 6. Burrow looking to pass. And he is caught. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 89 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Now Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. A give up the middle, Hubbard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. 2nd down and 4. They'll send Austin in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Pryor. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jamar Chase in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. Kevontae Turpin now to return. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando and Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 14 is here, the final 5 weeks of the regular season. Teams jockeying for position. Let's get after it. Our look at the NFL starts now. In the Steel City, it's the Steelers at home to take on Gang Green, the New York Jets. And this is the speedster, Zay Flowers. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Steelers go on to take it. They win by 13. And with that, time to take a look at what's still to come during what figures to be an interesting weekend in the National Football League. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half. As we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Second down and 8. They'll go again with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Back to throw. Shelton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big play that time for Cleveland. 47 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. He's going to try and take off with it. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. His 5th touchdown on the ground, number 8 overall. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On the give, this is Hubbard. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
He was taken down by Grant Delpit. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
Now a handoff up the middle. Pryor. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this throw incomplete.
Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up fourth down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Looking to throw, Shelton. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
Dancing away at the 35. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here's Hall again. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 3. Give to Hall running right. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
That's another Browns first down. It's a gain of 6. First down.
An inside run with Jenkins. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. It's a quarterback sneak. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Sampson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Back to throw. Shelton. He'll try and do this himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
now in Cincinnati. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
74 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Now Gray. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Noah Gray, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth.
Here we go. The Browns will go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Now it's Burrow.
Complete to Austin here over the middle.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open man is Higgins.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
To the 43, 2nd down. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Shelton. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Second and 13. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. Back to throw. Shelton. And this is going to be intercepted. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. From midfield now, Burrow. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Judkins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Straight ahead is Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. From the gun on third down, Shelton. And he is going to have a Browns first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Shelton. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the fourth. Looking to put a drive together. They'll begin this series with a give to Hubbard. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. He'll look to throw.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation. This is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The Bengals bring out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. The Browns drive about to get started. Throwing to start the drive. Shelton. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete.
2nd and 6 coming up.
Back to throw. Shelton. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He'll try to pick it up himself.
And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. A give up the middle. Judkins.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. On the counter, it's Hall.
Oh, twisting away. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays.
And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
A final shot now for Burrow. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
What a thrilling fourth quarter this one was. Well, at least I guess if you're cheering for the winning side, an outstanding comeback, though, that saw them completely take control and change the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many of us saw that coming, the way that they were playing and having the lead after 3 quarters. A little bit of a stunning ending because it wasn't just a one-touchdown swing. It was a multiple touchdown swing for them to end up losing that ball game. Give credit where credit is due. They came off the pace